Greetings and peace, everybody. My name is Ra Imhotep. I'm broadcasting on behalf of 13scienceastrology.com. Doing this video just to put out a little educational material out there in the universe. Want to put that out there today. And many people, if you've watched any of my videos, that when I put out educational material, I'm not talking about your typical mundane information that you can go to your colleges and you can go to your universities and your elementary schools. For those of you that are still in elementary school, I mean, I'm not talking about that kind of information, because that's not really even education. That's more so programming. That's just the way that they program you, and they put ideas in your mind, so that those ideas that they implant in your mind, those seeds that they plant, you go and you act out those very same seeds. I'm not talking about the education that you may find on your television or what they call entertainment, as to when they plant these seeds in your mind. These different entertainers, they make these songs and they plant these seeds in your mind, and you go out and you act out these songs. I'm not talking about that type of education. The education that I'm talking about is the truth. And when I'm talking about the truth, I'm talking about the truth not how I see it, but the truth as how it really is. The truth about the universe, the truth of what's really going on this planet. The truth that they're not going to teach you, because if they teach you this truth, you will get your power back, and you won't be up under the control of these aliens and these reptilians and these different species of beings that are controlling your world governments, and your world governments are controlling you. So when you talk about the New World Order, and you talk about these things, the New World Order and the end of the world and all this type of stuff, all of this has nothing to do with humans. This is all in the hands of a group of extraterrestrials. Your government may be the puppets and the faces that you see on the TV screen and things of this nature, presenting the New World Order to you, but they're not coming up with these things on their own. Either this information is being channeled through extraterrestrials, and they have a chip already planted in their head, and the extraterrestrials are sending them thoughts and communications. Either some of your government leaders are clones already, and the extraterrestrials basically have just put them in there as hybrids and clones to do their bidding for them, or they're actually going and meeting with extraterrestrials physically, and the extraterrestrials are deprogramming them and programming them and telling them what to tell you and what not to tell you. Now, I'm doing this video in reference to the big question and event that everybody is talking about, as far as World War III, and when it's going to start, and what it's all about, and what is it. Now, World War III, for starters, has already started. It's already started. Now, when I deal with this event of World War III, I look at it from past, present, and then future. Past, present, and future. Now, World War III already happened in the past. You see, because World War III, when I say it happened in the past, it's happened on this planet many times, whereas a group of beings came to this planet and different planets that are similar to the Earth, and they wanted to control this planet and other planets in the universe. So they fight amongst each other for control. And these different aliens and extraterrestrials have scapegoats, or they have puppets or soldiers, like some humans, or so some of these other aliens act as their soldiers, and they do their bidding for the aliens that are in charge. So World War III and this type of war really has already happened. And what it is more about control. World War III is more about controlling. See, they already control the planet. They already control all the resources. They already control what you can do and what you can't do. They already have passed laws to control all of these things. So the New World Order is already in effect. But what World War III is ultimately about, now this is one aspect of it, but what it's ultimately about is it's about the control of your mind. You see, they want to take control over your mind. They want that space inside of your mind, that part of you that's still free right now. They want to take control of that. Whereas that you don't have any will. Your will is basically submitted and given over to a group of extraterrestrial beings. And they want to take total control of your mind. This is what World War III is about. It's about taking control of you. Controlling when you leave the house, controlling when you stay at home, controlling where you go when you leave the house, controlling what you think about when you're outside of your house. These are the type of things that World War III is about. It's not about a world currency. It's not about a world currency, because really, ultimately, they already have a world currency. this cyber money and this money that we're dealing with now with this money that's basically like digital money, this digital money is already the world currency. The money that we're using on the internet is basically what they would call digital money. This is digital money, so this is the world currency that they're going to use. I mean, so what, it has to be exchanged in different countries and things like that, and they have currency exchange rates. At the end of the day, this digital money is the world currency. So they already have set up the global currency. It's not about oil. It's not about oil because the reason why it's not about oil is because they already have oil. They have oil banked up here in the United States. They already control all the oil over in the Middle East for the most part. All of these world governments and world rulers are all working together, and they're all in bed together. So it's not about oil. It's not about oil because they already control all the resources. It's not about gold. It's not about diamonds. I mean, you already have the De Beers and other companies that totally control the diamonds. It's not about any of that. And it's not about governments disagreeing or anything like that, because these governments at the end of the day, like I said, are just pawns, and they're working for the group of extraterrestrials that they deal with. So each government deals with a separate group of extraterrestrials. Like the Chinese government is dealing with one group of extraterrestrials, the United States government is dealing with another group of extraterrestrials, and then, you know, your governments like in Africa, things of that nature, are either up under the control of the Europeans or they're up under the control of the Chinese. So really it's all about either the Europeans or the Chinese at the end of the day. As far as if there was going to be a world war that was going to break out, it would be between as far as government, it would so-called be between the Europeans and the Chinese. The European governments, or the American government and the Chinese government. And the American government is basically tied into the European government, because we already know that the European government controls the American government. They control the Canadian government. The Europeans control all of this stuff already. So when you get into this whole concept of the Illuminati and things of this nature, you have your figureheads and your puppets and your figureheads in government, but these governments are controlled by different groups of extraterrestrial beings. And World War III is really amongst, and is being really fought for extraterrestrial beings, to see which group of beings are going to be in control. That's what it's all about. It's not about anything else. All this other stuff, they're saying they're going to go and they're going to bomb on Iraq. They're not going to bomb on Iraq, but they're not going to bomb on Iran for oil. It doesn't have anything to do with oil. It doesn't have anything to do with weapons of mass destruction. It has nothing to do with that. You know what it has something to do with? The fact that Iran and Iraq is where the extraterrestrials would land at. When you deal with the Anunnaki, when they would land, and when they would come to this planet, they would land in Iran or Iraq, in that area. And it's a reason for that. It's a reason why they would land there or whatnot, because that's the most accessible place and the easiest place for them to land. So this was actually a gateway and a landing pad for extraterrestrial beings in Iran and Iraq. So what the United States government wants to do on behalf of the European government is they want to control Iran and Iraq, so that the group of extraterrestrials that they are dealing with can land and can basically have that space and that piece of land for themselves, because that's an energy center over there, and that's a gateway. And then on top of that, they want to go over there and they want to dig for artifacts. And they want to dig for artifacts and things that they know that are up under those sands. Their cities up under those sands. And they want to dig for those artifacts so that they can find out things that they didn't know about this planet, and so they can get information about things that they didn't know about this planet. So that's what it's really about, the extraterrestrial information. It has nothing to do with your mundane gold, silver, oil, guns. It has nothing to do with none of that. See, people need to wake up to this fact. They want to control that part of the world for that very fact. And that's one aspect of World War III. Now, the other aspect of World War III is they want to control you. They want to control you because they need to control the will. So you have free will right now. That's what, you know what I'm saying, the creators or the certain group of beings that created you, they gave you what's called free will. So, but we don't really use our free will anyway, but they want to actually take away your free will to where you don't even have free will anymore, to where you don't even have your own thoughts. Because right now, you've already been programmed. Your pineal gland is basically closed. Your third eye is already closed. So you've already been programmed to really not have any will. Like, you really don't have any will. They program you. If you're watching television and things of this nature, I'm speaking to you. If you're not doing those things, you're not eating unhealthy foods and genetically modified foods, then I'm not speaking to you. But if you're eating those things, you're watching a lot of television, and you just listen to a lot of rap music, and you're just totally dumbed down or whatever, then they've already programmed you. So you really don't have a will, except the will that they suggest to you. Just because, I mean, basically, when you have multiple choice, that's no choice. They basically give you a multiple choice, and that's really not a choice. You're either going to choose this to eat, you're either going to choose your Burger King, your McDonald's, or your Wendy's. That's your multiple choice. And you choose which one you're going to eat, and you call that free will. That's not free will. Free will is when you utilize your intelligence to make a educated decision, not based on what you see in front of you, but based on what's in here. That's free will. They've already killed that in most people. But they want to actually take it away to where you don't even have the ability to do it anymore. You know how they want to do this? By putting a chip in your head. They want to put a chip in your head. See, this group of extraterrestrials that are a species of reptilians, they deal in technology. And I don't care, people saying I'm crazy for talking about this, but I look at it like this. If you believe in the Bible, and say, for instance, if you believe in the Bible, and you believe in a devil with horns, and you believe that this being actually exists, and then don't you sound just as crazy as somebody that's saying that they believe in the extraterrestrials? You actually sound more crazy. Because how many people have actually seen this devil that we speak of and that can come back and talk about it? How many pictures have we seen of this devil with horns underground that have came back from hell to talk about this devil that it actually exists? But how many alien UFO crafts do we see every day? People posting on YouTube and everything showing that there's UFO crafts out there. And how many people have already seen reptilians and seen people shapeshift? It has certain cameras of Curling photography where they can pick up on humans that look human, but they're really reptilian hybrids, and they watch them shapeshift. So how many people already have proof of that? A whole lot of people, versus how many people have proof of a Satan that lives underground. So you see, it really doesn't square up. Really doesn't square up. And that's basically my point. So you can call me crazy all you want. But at the end of the day, this group of reptilians want to insert a chip inside of you because they want to control your human body. When they insert this chip inside of you, it can basically program you and control you to where they can make you do anything. They're already experimenting on animals, and they're already experimenting even on certain humans where they have this chip in animals or certain humans. And when they put this chip in your head, some people already have it and some animals already have it. They can basically make any biological entity do anything they want them to do from a remote location. You become a computer once you take this chip. See, once you take this chip, you become a computer. So I know many people out there have heard of the chip. They call it the mark of the beast and things of that nature. But it's really basically a computer chip that turns you into a computer, and they put it inside of your brain so they can control you. So you have no will of your own. You have no way of exercising your own will. That's what the chip is all about. And it's like, basically, they already have the company out there that's already manufacturing the chip. It's called the RFID chip. It's made by a company called Verichip, or Verichip is the name of the company that's creating this chip. It's already out there. And that's the other level of World War III. And why are they doing this? Like I said, they're doing this because they basically want you as slaves. These group of aliens that live in the center of the earth, they want to just sit back. And some of them live on other planets. They're already on Mars too. They have bases set up on Mars. They're already going back and forth to Mars. You can get the movie Mission to Mars, and you can basically see that their humans are working on behalf of these aliens. They already have bases set up on Mars. This is nothing new. The aliens have been known about Mars, and that right now the reptilians control Mars. So they're already going back and forth to Mars. So pretty much what they want to do is just basically have this Earth for themselves. They want to take away humans' free will. That's what it was all about from the beginning. They want to insert this chip inside of you so that you have no will of your own. And this is what World War III really is about. So when they talk about the return of the ancient ones and God is going to come back and the return of the gods, they're talking about when the aliens want to return back to the surface of the earth and to take over the surface of the earth. That's what they're talking about. So your apocalypse and all this stuff that, we read about in the Bibles and things of that nature, this was all extraterrestrial information. And I'm going to do a video on how all of your holy books really come from extraterrestrials. I'm going to prove this. I got a lot of research and information I can give out on this type of stuff, but all of your holy books come from extraterrestrials and was given to certain humans on behalf of extraterrestrials. And then they make up and they raise up prophets and things of this nature. So yeah, man, it's really all about, if you want to break free from World War III, it's already been waged on you, and the only way to break free from it is to continue to exercise your free will, keep an open mind, make sure you do your third eye opening meditations, make sure you eat the right foods. These are the solutions that we have to this thing, because they can't do anything to you unless they control your will. See, that's the thing. They don't really have any control over you. They have to control your will in order for them to really control you. So really, you're in charge. They can't force you to do anything. So as long as you eat right and you have your own will and you exercise your own free will and you have control over your own free will, you have nothing to worry about. If you want to stay programmed and mentally deranged and in this matrix and in this box, and you want to go ahead and take this chip and have it inserted in your head, and or even in your, it's not going to be in your hand, it's going to be in your head. They already are doing this to certain species. You can Google this information, not making this stuff up. But if you want to be the one that accept this chip or whatever, then you're just going to totally, just for some money, because they're going to offer you some money for it, or make it easier for you or whatever. Like, if you want to go ahead and take the luxuries and these privileges, then go ahead and be my guest and do it. But this information is for those that want to know what's really going on as far as World War III. That's what it's all about, folks. It's all about control of you and your mind. And it has nothing to do with government, so don't get mad at your governors. They already have sold their souls. Most of them have chips already. Don't get mad at your presidents and your kings and your queens. They already have chips in their head. They're already totally up under control. It's about you now, the people. They want to control the people. This is the last and final frontier for the aliens so that they can take control of the surface. So that's what World War III is about. I thank you for watching this video. And for more enlightening information, visit my website. Till we meet again, I'll leave you in peace, love, and prosperity.